Hello, everyone. My name is Seth, and it's that time of year again. Today, I want to be giving you a recap of the 96th Oscars. I know I made this joke last year, but this is the closest representation I have to an Oscar. So if you'll bear with me, this is what every filmmaker, every writer, director, actor, they hope to get on stage one day and hold this award. And this past Sunday, that dream came true for a lot of filmmakers. And so in this video, I'm going to be going through, giving you the results and kind of giving you some of my thoughts along the way. But before I go any farther, go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. The first award I want to go through is Actor in a Leading Role. The winner of this award is Cillian Murphy. I'm not going to keep track of what I got right and wrong, but in my Oscar prediction video, I thought he was going to win, and he did end up winning. He had such an incredible performance, and honestly, I have absolutely zero issues with this one. I think Paul Giamatti was maybe the next person I would have liked to see win. He did win a couple of the acting awards and kind of the awards circuit this year, but he was really incredible in The Holdovers, but I just really felt this was Cillian Murphy's year. And one of the things I will say kind of about the show part of this is I thought it was really neat how they had last year's Oscar winner along with 4 other Oscar winners throughout history to kind of give a little bit of a monologue about each person nominated. I thought that was very well done, and I liked that a lot. And honestly, I kind of hope they keep that up moving forward. But congratulations to Cillian Murphy. I think this is absolutely well-deserved. Next is Actor in a Supporting Role, and that goes to Robert Downey Jr., also in Oppenheimer. Once I walked out of the theater, I thought, yep, he's probably going to win the Oscar for this. His performance in Oppenheimer was so incredibly good. And I love that some guys like Ryan Gosling, Robert De Niro, Sterling K. Brown, Mark Ruffalo, I'm glad that those guys also got nominated. But like with Cillian Murphy, I think this was just Robert Downey Jr.'s year. This was such a great performance, and I'm so happy he finally got his Oscar. The next is Actress in a Leading Role, and Emma Stone ended up walking away with this one. Her and Lily Gladstone were kind of going back and forth in the awards circuit. Lily Gladstone won the Screen Actors Guild Award, and so it was kind of a coin flip. Now, I haven't seen Poor Things. I'm definitely going to. So I don't necessarily have an opinion on if I think her performance was better than Lily Gladstone's. But for me, Lily Gladstone had one of the best performances of the year. I would have liked to see that award go to her. But maybe my mind will change after seeing Poor Things. But this is Emma Stone's second Oscar win, her first for La La Land. And she just gave a really nice speech. She just seems like such a genuine, nice person. So congratulations to Emma Stone on winning her second Oscar. For Actress in a Supporting Role, this is another one where I'm like, absolutely 100% without a doubt, Da'Vine Joy Randolph is going to win. And she did. She had such a great speech. And she gave such a incredible performance in The Holdovers. The Holdovers is one of my favorite movies of last year. Ask me on a different day. It might be my number 1, but I think right now it's sitting at number 2. But The Holdovers was honestly a pretty big surprise for me. I expected to like it, but I didn't expect to absolutely love it and want to stay in this world with these characters. And she gave such an incredible performance. There was one scene she had where she just kind of had a breakdown in a kitchen because of some of the grief that she was dealing with. And that just felt so real and raw. And it was that moment where I was like, yeah, she's definitely going to win the Oscar. The next category I want to go over is Animated Feature Film. And The Boy and the Heron won this. My friend Scott will definitely be happy that this happened. He loved that movie. He wanted the score to be nominated. I have not seen The Boy and the Heron yet, so you could take this comment with a grain of salt, but I don't really see another animated film being better than Spider-Verse from this year. Spider-Verse is where my vote would have went to. That was an absolutely incredible film. But maybe when I watch The Boy and the Heron eventually, my mind will be changed on that. The next category is cinematography, and your winner here is Oppenheimer. I think for me, I definitely agree with this. I thought that Oppenheimer was probably going to win this one. They had some really great shots in this, just the way that they were able to capture everything and even give it a giant scale even when there was just characters in a room talking. The cinematography helped just add another level to this film and is very special. So I think it's absolutely a deserving win. Although I will say, I thought Killers of the Flower Moon probably had a shot at this one as well. Next, for costume design, the winner here is Poor Things. From what I've seen, the costume design is very, very good in Poor Things. I've basically just seen the trailers, but I really like what I've seen from it. But I was maybe a little bit surprised that Barbie didn't win that. I think Barbie might have been my vote here, but from what I can tell, Poor Things did have great costume design. Next category is directing, and the winner here is Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. And again, I thought this was going to be his year. I thought this was kind of Oppenheimer's year. And I'm so glad that Christopher Nolan finally got his Oscar. He's been nominated a few times at this point in his career for either screenplay or directing. And he's one of the best directors working today. He's one of my favorite directors, maybe of all time. And so I'm very happy to see him get this Oscar win. The next couple of categories I will go over kind of quick because I have not seen any of these. The winner for documentary feature is 20 Days in Mariupol, and the documentary short film winner is The Last Repair Shop. So congratulations to those filmmakers for winning those two awards. Next up is film editing, and the winner here, once again, is Oppenheimer. I thought the editing for Oppenheimer was very, very good. It had such a great pace to it, especially for it to be a 3-hour film. I think maybe the only one I would put my vote towards would be The Holdovers. I love the editing for The Holdovers. I love how the editing kind of got in on some of the jokes in The Holdovers. But I have no complaints here for Oppenheimer winning this one. The winner for international feature film is The Zone of Interest. I have not seen this, but it is absolutely on my watch list. I have heard nothing but good things about it, and I can't wait to watch it. The winner for makeup and hairstyling is Poor Things. And kind of like what I've said from the costumes, based on what I've seen, this definitely deserves this win. The winner for Best Original Score is Ludwig Göransson, who did the score for Oppenheimer, and Oppenheimer had a great score. I have listened to the score after watching the movie, just in my car, driving to work. It's a great listen, but also I gotta say the score for Killers of the Flower Moon was really, really good. I thought that had a chance at winning. And I think the score for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was really, really good as well. I mean, John Williams is a legend. Indiana Jones is probably where my vote would have went, but the score for Oppenheimer is very, very good. And the winner for Best Original Song is What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell. I knew before they even released the short list of what songs might be on the ballot that What Was I Made For was going to win. It is a very good song. It ties in with the movie so incredibly well, so it's definitely well-deserved. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, that makes Billie Eilish the youngest 2-time Oscar winner. However, I will say that my vote probably would have gone to I'm Just Ken. I love that song. And can I just say, I absolutely loved the performance there at the Oscars. I love how they started that with Ryan Gosling in his seat. And the whole production of it was so cool. I love how they had some of the other Ken actors like Kingsley Ben-Adir and Simu Liu. They were there. That was such a fun performance. But I'll say as a whole, I really did like all of the performances throughout the Oscars. And I thought the performance for the song from Killers of the Flower Moon was very, very cool. The winner for Best Picture is Oppenheimer. It's the biggest award of the night, Best Picture, and Oppenheimer walks away with that one. I thought that Oppenheimer was going to win this one as well. Like I said before, I just had a feeling that this was Oppenheimer's year. However, I would say maybe my vote out of the ones on the list would have been The Holdovers. The Holdovers was just so super special. But if I had complete control and I got to vote for anything I wanted to, I might would have voted for Godzilla -1 for Best Picture. But no complaints whatsoever for Oppenheimer winning this one. The winner for production design was Poor Things. Like I said, I haven't seen Poor Things, so there might be some things I'm missing out on, but I would have voted for Barbie. I thought Barbie maybe should have won. I thought their production design was so good, it almost didn't matter what anybody else did. I mean, the production literally caused a pink paint shortage in the world because of everything they had to do for the sets. So maybe I disagree with the Academy a little bit on this one. These next two categories I'm also going to kind of run through quick. I haven't seen any of these. The winner for animated short film is War Is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko. And the winner for live action short film is The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. The winner for sound is The Zone of Interest. I have not seen this film, like I mentioned before. I want to see it. However, I think my vote would have gone towards Oppenheimer. I thought the sound design there was incredible. Not that any of these other films aren't, but I just didn't really see anything topping Oppenheimer. So again, this may be another one that I kind of disagree on with the Academy. The winner for visual effects is Godzilla Minus One. I am so happy that Godzilla Minus One won an Oscar. However, I will say I think them winning this award is a little bit more of the movie being awarded for how good it is as a whole. Now, don't get me wrong, what they were able to do here looked incredible, especially considering the budget that was like maybe 12 to 15 million. That's absolutely astonishing. And I'm going to be one of the first people to tell you, Hollywood movies need to reel in their budgets. There's no reason for some of these movies to be costing $200 to $250 million. However, I will say if you're looking at strictly the visual effects, I would have to give the nod to either the creator or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Not to say that those two are so much better than the visuals in Godzilla Minus One, but to me, this kind of felt like more rewarding Godzilla Minus One as a film overall. But don't get me wrong, I am so glad that Godzilla Minus One got an Oscar. The winner for adapted screenplay is American Fiction. American Fiction is another film I haven't seen. From what I could tell online, this was maybe a little bit of a surprise to some people. But also at the same time, tons of people were saying how good this script is. And with this winning Best Adapted Screenplay now, I can't wait to finally get around to watching this film. And the winner for Best Original Screenplay goes to Anatomy of a Fall. I think my vote here probably would have went to The Holdovers, or maybe even Past Lives. But from what I can tell about Anatomy of the Fall, the premise of this script seems so interesting. I will say this is another one that I am definitely excited to get around to watching.
One more thing about the show I forgot to mention the first time recording is that I absolutely loved that little bit with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. And then for them to cut to Michael Keaton in the audience, that was just like so funny. That was probably my favorite bit of the night.
So overall, the big winner for this year's Oscars is Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was nominated for 13 categories and it won 7 of them. The next film was Poor Things, who was nominated for 11 and won 4. I think another interesting fact here is that Godzilla Minus One is the lowest budget film to win Best Visual Effects in like a decade. So that's it. That's the complete list of winners as well as some of my thoughts. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Did you think the Academy got it all right? Or do you maybe disagree with the Academy here in a few things, kind of like me? But let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to have a conversation with you about it. Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can follow me on social media pretty much anywhere at CinemaSeth, and I'll see you next time.